So when we're multiplying these together, let's do something called the area model. Hi, I'm Sarah. I've been a STEM science and math teacher for over 20 years, and I'm here to make science and math engaging and fun and not so scary for everyone involved. If you need some tutoring, one-on-one tutoring, click the link and do the stuff. So with the area model, it's sort of like a Punnett square, if you remember those from genetics in biology. So the area model is where we are going to put one of our binomials on one side and then another binomial on the other side. And then what goes in these boxes is what you get when you multiply them together. So 3x times x is 3x squared. 3x times minus 4 is negative 12x. X times negative 5 is minus 5x. Negative 4 times negative 5 is positive 20. And I always like to include the positive and negatives. Well, obviously you always include the negative signs, but I also like to include the positive signs in there just because when I'm then simplifying, it just makes it a little bit faster. So now I'm looking for common terms, right? So I have 3x squared. So that's going to be first because we always go from the highest degree to the lowest degree. Right? Negative 12x times plus negative 5x is negative 17x. And then we have plus 20. So that would be my simplified version of that binomial and that 4-term polynomial that's going to be adding together, right? So I'm simplifying those terms. Now, what's really nice about this method of multiplying binomials is because it helps you visualize how things are combining, and it can also be really helpful when you start moving into factoring, right? So this is a way that you can start sort of visualizing, like if you're starting with this, right, when you're factoring, you're going to look for things that are going to multiply together to make 3 times 20, which is 60, and add together to make negative 17. So you can work that way. You can use the area model to kind of work backwards with it. Personally, for factoring, I find that the area model is really difficult to follow along with, but I do like how it works for multiplying binomials, right? So we're trying to sort of stay away from using that foiling as a verb because FOIL only works when you have 2 terms in each one. So let me show you what I mean. So FOIL, right? The acronym FOIL is first, outside, inside, last. It is only going to work if you have 2 and 2. But the other methods that we were just looking at, right, with just distributive property and with this area model can work with any other numbers, right? Or with any other number of terms. So if I had something like, which you do get these when you start dealing with polynomials, right? If I had 3x to the third minus 4x plus 2 times x plus 1. Okay, with this, I can't FOIL this, but I can multiply it, right? FOIL is just an acronym to help you remember what to multiply and in which order. And it is really, really, really fast to be able to do that when you're multiplying binomials. Totally. I am not saying never FOIL because I am a big FOILer, okay? I'm just saying when you are learning how to do this, that is more of a shortcut, right? It's a bit more efficient. It's a bit of a shortcut, okay? Because it's not applicable in every single sense. So when we're multiplying these together, yes, these are polynomials, right? So when we're multiplying these together, I can't use the acronym FOIL, right? Because you've got but I can still multiply them together. So what I'm going to do is with this one, honestly, I would just do distributing. So I would do x times 3x squared cubed, x times negative 4x, and x times 2. So we've got 3x to the fourth minus 4x squared plus 2x. And then we're going to take the 1, and I'm going to do the same thing. So I'm going to take the 1. Let me grab another color. So we've got the 1, and I'm going to multiply it by all of these terms, right? And I'm going to do, well, it's just 1 times that. So it's plus 3x cubed minus 4x plus 2. Okay, So now when I have all of these terms, I know a few of you asked for like combining like terms. And this would probably be like 8th grade, 9th grade, like algebra 1, pre-algebra stuff. Kind of depending on how far you get in your year. So 3x to the 4th, let's see, plus 3x cubed. So I'm just looking for the coefficients, or I'm looking for the terms that have the same variable to the same power, right? So 3x to the 4th, I'm going to cross it off so I keep track of it, plus 3x cubed minus 4x squared. Do I really only have one squared term? I guess so. Okay. Plus 2x minus 4x, so that's minus 2x plus 2. So that, my friends, is how you would simplify that. So again, we're multiplying this through, right? We want to make sure that all the terms meet everybody else, right? That's mathed up.